Item, SCP-104. Object Class, Euclid. Name, The Lonely Ball. Description, SCP-104 is a sphere, 35.5 centimeters, 14 in, around and weighing 2.3 kilograms, 5 pounds. The outside is glass and very smooth, coating the sphere in a layer 6 millimeters, 0.2 in, thick. Under this layer is an extremely intricate design of very thin black and white lines. This inner core is a delicately carved ball of wood, giving slight texture to the line design. The design itself is unimaginably complex and seems to form something of a Rorschach test, as all viewers seem to have a different interpretation. Movement or a ticking sound from inside the sphere has been reported, but at this time is unconfirmed. Whenever a human touches SCP-104 in its unimprinted state, it will imprint on the subject. If the imprinted subject moves more than 9 m, 30 feet, from SCP-104 for more than 5 minutes, SCP-104 will appear within 2 m, 7 feet, of the imprinted subject. This shift appears instantaneous, disappearing and reappearing in less than a nanosecond, regardless of distance or intervening objects. Every hour that the subject remains within 9 m, 30 feet, of SCP-104, it will move 1 foot closer to the subject until it is touching the subject. When SCP-104 is touching its imprinted subject, it will not attempt to move closer. SCP-104 will not exhibit this behavior to non-imprinted subjects and will only imprint on one subject at a time. Thick cloth or metal appears to block the imprinting in most cases. Testing of SCP-104 with multiple instances of SCP-1680 suggests this imprinting is not genetically based, as SCP-104 does not change behaviors when faced with multiple genetically identical subjects. SCP-104 also appears to be indestructible, in that it always appears whole and undamaged after reappearing. Even after being crushed and incinerated, SCP-104 will reappear whole and undamaged if its imprinted subject is outside of its minimum range for more than 5 minutes. SCP-104 causes paranoia and anger in most subjects, but this is not an effect of the sphere as some are wholly unaffected by the constant presence of SCP-104, if slightly annoyed at times. SCP-104 can only be unimprinted if the subject is killed or enters a near-death-like state. SCP-104 will then enter its unimprinted state until touched. Thick gloves appear to block the imprinting process, as long as they are more than 13 millimeters, 0.5 in, thick. SCP-104 was recovered in a flea market from a man carrying it in a bowling bag. The man never identified himself and sold it to Agent Unknown for a quarter, thanking him profusely before running off. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-104 is currently contained in a steel box with electronic keypad access. Access is to be restricted to Class 3 and higher. Do not allow SCP-104 to come in contact with any living tissue. Any and all interaction with SCP-104 is to be handled via robotic assistance, or with full hazmat suits and gloves. Anyone found to be imprinted by SCP-104 must submit for unimprinting. Failure to do so within 24 hours of exposure will result in termination.